Okay, welcome Rusty Vehicle members. This is the basic introduction to the Picasso. Firstly, to unlock it, it's just pushing it once rather than twice with the Renault. So you just push that once and the lights will flash. Okay, repeatedly. Obviously to lock it, you push the top one and the indicator lights will come on once. Okay, so I'm just going to unlock it. And there it is flashing. Okay. Okay, how to raise the rear seat. So you just put your hand under here and pull and lift up. Right, and here's the rear boot space. If you've got a handle here, you just pull that out of the way, and then you've got a black handle. Pull the black handle and come out, and then that will just fold back into there. And it's exactly the same on the other side. Just pull on the black handle. Okay, little notice there about the order in which you should do things. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and then just in reverse, if you want them down, make sure this is out of the way. Pull on the red ribbon down here, and it will fold down, and then this will go back like that, and then the same thing on the other side. Pull on that, and it goes down nicely. And then it goes into there. Okay. The next thing is the parcel shelf thing at the back. Obviously that comes out if you want to cover luggage, and just clips in there. If you want to take it out, if you look on here, these parts here actually move in and lifts out. Okay, so that's how you get it in and out. Okay. I'm not sure if it goes on both sides. No, I think it's just the one side. Okay, so we'll take that out for now, and then we'll go on to move on to the back seats. The rear seat belts, which are fastened in here, they obviously just come down and they attach onto there with a clip. Okay, and then when you finish with them, they can go back up there out of the way, so they're not getting any luggage in the way of any luggage. Okay, that's it. A word of caution for bikers: if they are putting their cars into the boot space, just be careful of things that can catch, because obviously I think already there's been some holes in there, so obviously take care lifting and putting bikes into the rear space. Right, lowering the first layer of seats, the first row of seats. As you might have guessed, it's just simply a matter of pulling, I hope, this one, and it goes all the way down. Same with this one, goes down, and this one goes all the way down. Then you've got these little things which fill up the gap here. Obviously you can put something in there if you want, but if you've got things that might get caught, like bikes, you can just simply unclip these. 1, 2, 3, and there you have the full luggage space. The first row seats also have some other features. Basically you can recline the seat by pulling on this toggle here, and that will recline it more, and you pull it again to release it, and also you've got the handle down here at the front to pull the seat forward or back like that. Okay, now also if you wish to put the seat down from the side, then there's a handle here, a grey one, which you just pull, and oops, it should, yes, it comes all the way down. Okay. There are a couple of useful features as well here. Sometimes when you're putting the seats forward and back, the buckle gets trapped. There is a little thing here for putting it in there so that it's out of the way when you're doing that. And also on the door here, you've actually got some sunscreen on both sides as well, which is quite nice. Okay. Coming around to the driver's side, I'll just point out you've got the tyre pressure gauge here, which is actually in bars, but that's fine. Then on the seats you've got the adjusters here to bring it forward and back. I'll show you the other adjusters here. You've got the adjuster to lower and raise the back of the seat, and also to lower and raise the bottom of the seat. These come down, they come all the way down, and then they come up in increments like that. Okay, same with this one, it comes all the way down and then comes up in increments. Okay. Right, once in the car, you have rather what might appear at first like a confusing array of different lights and things. Let me talk you through a few anyway. The petrol release cap is actually down here on the right there, and then you've got the headlight adjustment here. One strange feature of the car in some ways is the temperature controls are all here on the right hand side for the driver to do. You have a button here which adjusts. If you keep on pushing it, it will adjust from blowing air into the windscreen, onto your face and down at your feet. This will increase and decrease the amount of air. You've got an air conditioning which does work, and then you've got rear and front demisters as well as the temperature gauge. Okay, down here you've got the usual thing, rear and front windows, adjusting the mirrors, the side mirrors, and quite a good feature here which is basically a child lock and window lock at the back. So once you switch that on, then the windows at the back will not move and the rear doors cannot be opened. Okay, I think as far as the steering wheel is concerned, what's strange but quite nice, I like it, is the fact that this does not move in the middle. I'm not going to go into a lot of the details around the controls here. Suffice to say, it does have a volume control for the radio here, and you can change the channels here as well. This is obviously for your windscreen wipers, yep. And you've also got, you turn it on and off like that, twist it for the rear wipers. Twist it twice and it will actually clean the rear windscreen. On the other side you've got the indicators, and you've also got the lights, side light and full beam. Okay, and then you twist, if you want fog lights, then you twist it forward, I think twice, or this way and that way twice, to switch on the fog lights rear and back. Okay. Right, if I switch the engine on, key in, and I turn it round, you'll see on the display, you'll see you've got on the left, you will have the revs per minute, on the right you will have the petrol and the speed in the middle. Okay, there isn't a temperature gauge at the moment, which is, as I say, perhaps a bit disconcerting, but then again, I suppose, with it being computerised, if there's any problems with the temperature, it will tell you. Okay, probably one of the most, the major difference with this car is the handbrake. Now, you'll see there's a button here, a P. Now, this is basically your handbrake. So, what will happen is, if you wanted to engage the car, the handbrake is on, you would simply put it into gear, and then simply rev the engine a little bit and bring your foot off the clutch, and the handbrake will automatically release. Okay, which is great for hill starts, so you've got no problems with hill starts now because it will all be taken care of. However, occasionally this might not work, which is the case once already. What you need to do then, if it's not actually coming off automatically, what you need to do is just put your foot on the brake down here and then manually release that. I've put it on now, but if you manually release that, and then basically the handbrake is off. Okay. I will just mention the cruise control because I tried it on the motorway and it does work and it's really great. So this is on the left hand side here. You would accelerate to the speed that you wanted to, say 70 miles an hour, then you just flick that to regular and you push set, and it will then automatically take over and keep you at that speed. You can obviously decrease by pushing the minus or increase the speed that you want, and you can also pause it. Also, the minute you touch the foot brake, it will automatically cancel the cruise control, and then the process starts all over again. Accelerate to the speed that you want and push set plus. Okay, now I mentioned the handbrake being a major feature change of this car. The other thing is the fact that it's got no spare wheel. There is no spare wheel, so don't bother looking for it. And obviously there's no jack either. What we have here is basically it's called flatmate, and you'll see from reading the instructions, all you do is push it in and empty the contents into the tyre, which will also inflate it somewhat, and then you can drive it to somewhere to get it replaced. So the instructions are there. So you don't need a jack and you do not need a spare tyre. By the way, just there on the right here is also the airbag airbag on-off control. as well. Okay, if you're wanting to release the bonnet, we're going to look in the bonnet now, it's just down here on the passenger side, the button here, and it has to be, the door has to be open. Yep, and then you just release on that. Okay, let's go and have a look at the engine. Right, to get into the bonnet, you have just released the catch on the passenger side, and then under here, if I put my hand in here, there's a small metal piece. If I lift that up, then it will release that and it will come up. Now, slightly different from most cars, rather than a piece of metal stick coming up, this one comes down and simply slots into there. Okay, and here's the engine bay. Oil stick, if you need to, is there. It's a little bit tricky to get back in, so just watch that. And obviously, if you need to fill the oil here, the screen wash is over here. Down here, I'm not sure which one that is, whether it's probably radiator, I think. And then I think the brake fluid is actually round the back somewhere there, which is more tricky to get at. As I say, it has just been serviced, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, okay. And then when you want to close the engine, it's obviously just the same thing, just that goes up, pushes in there, and just lower the hood, and then just drop it and make sure it's on there. Okay.